Good morning, guys. It's Miss Jones, and today we're going to actually be talking about compare and contrast and how we compare and contrast two different things. So I'm going to show you something real fast. So do you remember when we did cause and effect on Thursday? We talked about the different signal words for cause and effect. So signal words are the words we find in a passage that lets us know that what text structure is being used. So cause and effect signal words are similar. Remember, we are not cause and effect. Sorry, y'all. Compare and contrast signal words. We are comparing and contrasting two different things. And when we do that, we would use words like similar. These two things are similar. Alike. These two things are alike. Same. These two things are the same. Just like. These two things are just like each other. Both. These two things both have this specific feature. Different. These two things are very different. Unlike. These two things are unlike each other. In contrast would be like, we'd say, it would be looking at the differences. On the other hand, this has this feature, but on the other hand, this one has this one. Or this has this feature, and in contrast, this one has this feature. And when we use compare and contrast, we would do a map that looks like, see this, move it over, and then, ooh, it doesn't have to be clear like that, but it would look like this. So let's say I was comparing my phone to my water bottle, okay? So my phone, it's orange. So I put phone. Phone up here, text. Water bottle. So then we'd have, my phone is orange. Orange. My water bottle is blue. Okay. My phone is a rectangle. While my water bottle is like a cylinder. So it's a 3D circle. So cylinder. What's something they have in common? They have in common are both things I use daily. So use daily. I use both of them daily. So this, I'm making it small, would go in the middle. I don't know if you, the circles aren't that great, but it goes right here in the middle between the two different circles. See that? So on this side, I have phone. On this side, I have water bottle. And in the middle, I have use daily. I use both of them every day. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over some passages and we're going to look for those signal words and see if we can find them and decide if they're compare and contrast. All right, so we're going to do two together and then you're going to do two on your own. So let's do this one. Thousands of years ago, the native people of North America had to build houses that fit their life. One kind of house was a teepee. The Plains people lived in teepees. Teepees were easy to put up and take down. In fact, it only took about half an hour to set them up. this was perfect for the plains people who spent their time hunting and following herds of animals. The Inuit, who lived in the cold Arctic region, spent part of the year living in igloos. Igloos were temporary homes like teepees. However, they were built for the cold winter months, whereas a teepee could be used year-round. Both teepees and igloos had one main room that family lived in, and were usually made for a single family. Teepees and igloos were made of very different materials. Igloos were made from blocks of snow stacked on top of each other, while teepees were made from buffalo hide, tree bark, or grass. The shape of teepees and igloos was also different. Teepees were cone-shaped using 3 or 4 poles for support. In contrast, igloos were dome-shaped. So let's look for those. I read a lot of signal words. I don't know if you did. Okay. Hold on, guys. I got to get out of this. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. All right, so I read a lot of signal words. I don't know about you, but I did. So let's go back over. I'll change the color to the beginning. Okay, so we're looking for those signal words. One kind of house was a teepee. Teepees were easy to put up and take down. In fact, it only took half an hour to set them up. So nothing in there. The Inuit, who lived in cold Arctic regions, spent part of the year living in igloos. So if the first paragraph is talking about teepees and the second is talking about igloos, that means we're going to compare and contrast teepees and igloos. So teepees were temporary homes like igloos. So igloos were temporary homes like teepees. See, like, we use that word. However, they were both built for the cold winter months, or they were built for the cold winter months. So igloos were built for cold months, whereas a teepee could be used year round. So whereas is a good word. Whereas both teepees and igloos had one main room. Teepees and igloos were made of very different materials, so they had different materials. So that's a contrast. It's different. Igloos were made from blocks of snow stacked on top of each other, while teepees were made from buffalo hide, tree bark, or grass. The shape of teepees and igloos was also different. So also different. The shape was different. One was cone-shaped using 3 or 4 poles for support. In contrast, that's one of our words. In contrast, igloos were dome-shaped. So we got a bunch of things here. So let's see. Look at number 1. Is this paragraph comparing, contrasting 2 things? What do you guys think? Is it? Think about all those signal words we did. We'd like both, different in contrast. We had 2 different subjects. I would say yes, it was. Yes. Okay. What about number 3? It says, if yes, what 2 things are being compared? What 2 things are being compared? The igloo and the teepee. And then it says, yours is going to say, write the keywords. So we just circled the keywords. We had different, both, in contrast, whereas. You just have to go back and find those keywords and then tell them to me. All right. So let's go down to the next one. This one says, are you tired of going on the same vacation year after year? Are you looking for an adventure? If you are, then a houseboat might be the thing for you. You can find places that rent houseboats in the United States, England, Asia, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. This would be a great opportunity to travel the world in a unique way. There are a wide variety of activities that you can participate in while vacationing on a houseboat. You can go fishing, swim in sparkling water, travel to different destinations, or just lie out and enjoy the sun and breeze. Cost is another factor to consider when renting a houseboat. You can actually rent a houseboat for about the same amount of money that you would spend in a nice hotel. One advantage of renting a houseboat is that you don't have to go out to eat for every meal. Most houseboats have a kitchen area where you can cook meals. This will save you money on your vacation, so if you want an affordable adventure, try renting a houseboat for your next vacation. So let's think about, what were we talking about? We were talking about houseboats. The passage was telling us why we should rent a houseboat and where we can rent a houseboat. But were we comparing anything? Was there another subject that we talked about besides houseboats? Not really, right? I mean, they mentioned a hotel, but we don't have enough information. So is this paragraph comparing and contrasting 2 things? No. If no, how do you know it is not comparing, contrasting paragraph? Well, we know that it's not comparing, there's no other subject. We don't have another subject to talk about. We were just talking about houseboats. And then we know that, I didn't see any signal words that identified comparing, contrasting. I don't know if you guys did, but I don't think there's any in there. So it doesn't have our signal words. We know that it's not comparing, contrasting because we don't have those words. So you don't answer number 3 because we didn't say yes, we said no. And then there's no signal words, so we can't answer number 4 either. So I want you guys now on your worksheet to read this passage, answer the questions. If you answer no, you just have to answer number 2. If you say yes, you have to answer 3 and 4. And then you would read this one as well. If you say no to number 1, you answer 1 and 2. If you say yes, you answer 1, 3, and 4. If you have any questions or need any help, just let me know. Okay, guys? All right. Have a great day. Bye.